every Halloween, millions of people dress up to disguise who they are. But what they wear as a costume often reveals much about the demons that lurk deep inside. Today, me, the fabulous Saltina Obama Bouvier, and my sister, who is another Mr.
Daphne Dumount.
Hold your applause. Take a look at all the hot Halloween costume ideas for this year and what the horny people will be wearing to get laid at the office party.
I'd like to remind everyone that this is Saltina Obama Bouvier's last podcast ever, as she will be left on the trash heap of herstory with this next election. Please join us as we say goodbye to Saltina Obama Bouvier forever and say hello to Saltina Clinton Bouvier or, God forbid, Saltina Trump Bouvier. Let the voters decide.
Plus, your Halloween-themed community bulletin.
And tips on how to trick or treat your way to a massive candy haul.
I'm Saltina Obama Bouvier.
I'm Daphne Dumount.
And this is Feast of Fun.
If you want to serve up some piping hot tea, you gotta get the proper mug, squirrel friend. Check out our LGBT milk and coffee mugs at our store, feastoffun.com/store.
Girlfriend, it's Halloween time. Woo!
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. What are you going to go as?
Well, I wanted to go something that was ripped from the headlines.
Ooh.
A costume like Law and Order or Special Victim Unit.
The Kenneth Bone in drag?
Well, something sexy. I wanted to be, like a sexy Melania Trump.
Ooh, you want to be sexy? I want to be scary. I thought I'd hang out with you and just wear a mirror over my face.
I wanted to go as a sexy clown that hides in the wood, so I was going to dress up as you, Daphne.
Bring a big knife.
Yeah. So people are wondering, who are these two women who are taking over Mark and Fausto's podcast? I'm Saltina Obama Bouvier.
I'm Daphne Dumount.
And we are two sisters. We're kind of like the diamond and silk of podcasting.
You may have seen us on such web series as Cooking with Drag Queens, .10.
Yeah, we were so good, they asked us not to do it ever anymore.
We only had to do a few, and then they just said, you don't have to come back.
But we were with some famous drag queens. We were with Alaska, Thunderfuck, who is now Thunder Fun.
Jinx Monsoon.
And many other queens.
Many others. We did many. Lola Von Miramar.
Lola Von Miramar.
Pandora Box.
Sharon Needles.
That one, too.
That one. And it was so good that we never had to do them again. And now Mark and Faust have taken over that series because, they like the camera time and they get threatened by us.
Well, and also they're such handsome men that they want you. If you have these beautiful drag queens come into the kitchen, you want handsome men to compliment them, not to compete with them. Some of the girls felt a little threatened by our drag.
Well, that's why some of those drag race girls, they didn't want to do it with us because they were worried we're going to steal their fans away from them.
That's so true.
And it was like, girl, it's called cooking with drag queens, not cooking drag queens. We're not going to be stealing anything except your hearts.
But the thing is, with that show, you can't steal away their fans because those people are only fans of drag of girls who are on a TV show. They don't really like drag otherwise.
Well, the producers been begging me to audition for RuPaul's Drag Race, but my schedule's just been so busy. But I think I might do it. I might actually submit a tape this year.
When you say your schedule has been busy, are you still picking up trash, doing community service at the side of the highway?
No, money's been tight ever since I lost my gig as a bingo call girl at a home for seniors and the disabled. They got mad because I started stealing prizes.
Oh.
So I'm going to get into this horror hostess racket.
How are you going to do that?
Well, I'm just going to dress up as you and scare the children. So today we were taking over Mark and Fausto. I have a hard time saying his name. Fausto.
It's like pasta with an F.
Pasta.
No, with an F.
Mark and Pasta's podcast. Foster. And so we decided to give you guys some advice on how to be fierce and fabulous at the Halloween events that you're going to be going to. And really, sort of make the most of your costumes. For example, if you're going to be dressing up as Alaska Thunderfuck, you can just go to the garbage bag section of the grocery store, buy some garbage bags, and put them all over your body in like haute couture, and you people be like, it's Alaska.
You don't even have to do makeup for it. You just get a horse head and put a horse head on, and everybody's like, yeah, it's Alaska.
Now, if people ask you how many times you've been on RuPaul's Drag Race, you just stomp twice.
Once for RuPaul's Drag Race and once for All Stars.
And, we were trying to get Alaska or the
Detox,
Russian one.
or
Detox, Katya, or the one that was left at the bus stop.
Well, she's not going to win, so.
But right now they have not crowned him yet a winner, so we can't do that. Now, if you're dressing up in the garbage drag, make sure that you shape it into a dress, otherwise you will be looking like a raisin. And what happens to a drag queen's dreams who are deferred like a garbage bag raisin in the sun?
Or if you just put some sunglasses on, you look like one of those blind dates.
Oh.
Raisin date, it's the same thing, right?
Look, so let's go down our list here,
Okay.
Daphne. What's your name? Call myself.
The most important thing to do
Yes.
for Halloween, if you want to be sexy, is you got to figure out a way you can be shirtless. Now, this is easy for the guys to do. The girls, you might have a little more maneuvering, but it can be done. And don't worry about whether you have six-pack abs or if you have a beer belly. It doesn't matter. It's Halloween. You don't have to be perfect. Sometimes it's okay to be scary.
That's right.
Got a hairy back? Go as a sexy gorilla, that Harambe. Or you could even go as Trog from the movie and get your Queenie friend to go as Joan Crawford.
And then your friend can keep yelling at you, Trog, no! Bad Trog. You know, those morph suits are very good at hiding nature's imperfections. Think of them as Spanx.
And if you don't like it, you can just cut the top off and you can be shirtless.
Yeah, or you can just scare people when you take your mask off and reveal your face.
Now Spartans are always very popular as going shirtless because you just have a little robe and then you're shirtless and you can go and you can do a little reference to that Wiener Dog movie and say, if this is Sparta, then what?
And
only people who've seen more Wiener Dog are going to get that reference.
Now, if you're an Asian or Latino person or friends with one, you can go as a shirtless guy in angel wings. Be careful. You could really lay an egg with this one and come off as a douchebag because those angel wings keep smacking people in the face.
Now, we say it's okay to do it if you're Latino or if you're Asian, but if you're white, why do we say it's not okay if you're white? Because it seems to me everybody that ever does it is always like either Asian or Latino, so it must be a thing with them.
Well, it's because you're flying off to a fabulous world of mystery and wonderment that is Halloween.
Now, if you're going to go shirtless and wear wings, you could do an X-Men costume if you did Hawkman, because that cosplay is very in this year, especially with all these hot movies. The superhero movies came out, those Marvel ones.
Yeah, you can dress up as the Hulk, cover yourself in green paint, if you dress up as a shitty costume, you can go as Batman versus Superman.
Nobody wants to go as that, but you can buy those kind of costumes, but you don't want to wear it right off the rack. You want to make it your own, make it unique, add some texture to it, look like you barely made it out of the Battle of New York, like what they call the incident. So you want to distress it a little bit. Now, and for the real crafty folks out there, you can get yourself with this stuff. It's called Eva foam, and you can mold this foam any way you want it. You can paint it. You can do all sorts of stuff with it.
And that's how you can wear sort of like a faux leather Wonder Woman outfit.
Yeah, exactly. You can even make her little corset. Now, Wonder Woman's corset in the movie is now much more muted than it was in the past. Before it was a vibrant red, white, and blue because she was celebrating America. But now that there's so much anti-American hysteria out there, they're like, let's tone down the red, white, and blue a little bit and make her more international.
Well, and she's portrayed by an Israeli actress in the movie. So you got to sort of like, ethnic it up. It's a good one for the girls who have exotic features.
Now, for the girls can also figure out how to go shirtless, too. Now, for most of the places in most jurisdictions, it's okay to be shirtless as long as your nipples are covered up. And so you can use anything to cover up your nipples. Birdseed, corn, glitter. Just dip your boob in glue and then run it through something like elbow macaroni, spiders, dust, whatever.
And now political stickers, those stickers that say I voted, and since it's an election year, you can put them on your nipples and show to the people of the world that you're politically conscious and that you're got a nice body.
Now, if you don't feel like putting glue right on there and dipping it into stuff, you can also get pasties. Now, the pasties, you're still going to have to glue on them, too. Now, if you get stuff with tassels, I'm going to give you the secret on how to spin those tassels. It's all in the hips. You don't shake your boobies, you shake your hips, and then that rhythm movement will go all the way through. And again, you can make pasties out of anything.
Like
you can
what?
Decorate them.
Like a tassel?
You just, like some fabric, you put some fabric on there, you can draw cartoons, you can do a collage, a decoupage, anything. I'm going to make a suggestion to you. Go to Instagram right now and look at this burlesque artist, Red Rum, and just steal any one of her looks. And if you do it half as good as her, you will be flawless.
Well, that's the nice thing about Halloween is like if you're a slob and a person who doesn't like to vacuum the cobwebs out of your front porch, going as a zombie is a nice idea because you can just splatter leftover makeup all over your clothes, roll in the dirt, and suddenly you're a zombie.
You can zombify any outfit. You could be a zombie Captain America, zombie Batman, zombie Wonder Woman.
And that same goes for vampires. If you want to be like, go as a Wonder Woman, you can put some vampire fangs and be vampire Wonder Woman.
The problem with wearing vampire fangs, though, sometimes is that because it kind of like makes your teeth look weird, sometimes you can kind of come off as a hillbilly.
Or Fifi O'Hara pre the teeth modification.
Before that got yanked. Did she get that tooth yanked?
I think she got it fixed somehow. She got a grill fixed. What about the movie Ghostbusters?
Oh, you can go as a lady Ghostbusters. You'll be as big a hit as the movie itself was.
Who are you going to call? Not me.
Now, if you can go as Liam Hemsworth and you can really look like him, call me. Because I will be your date.
That's right.
I will cover you in slime. Green slime, white slime.
If you got green slime, you go see the doctor. Now, what's hot this Halloween is a Harley Quinn from the Suicide Squad look. Just dress up as a punk with blue and pink ponytails.
Carry a baseball bat or whatever around with you. Just look like a total freak. But you got to have those ponytails.
And a bad attitude.
And a bad attitude.
So it's a very popular costume with lesbians.
For sure. And the other one that's popular. Now, in the past, we've said that the Joker for lesbians is kind of tired. But because Suicide movie, well, it was a terrible movie. But because it's a movie and it's Hollywood, it has to be celebrated.
You're talking about Suicide Squad, the movie.
The Suicide Squad, the movie, yeah. And so you can reinvent the Joker, because we said it was tired in the past, but, even a lame Joker in a lame movie is worth an attempt. You just need a colorful suit. Now, if you're a lesbian, you probably already have a severe haircut, so just spray paint it and work on your laugh. I know it's hard for you lesbians to laugh, but you can't be a good Joker without a good laugh. Try listening to more Feast of Fun to get the chuckles, because if you can't laugh at yourself, practice laughing with me now.
No, only listen to the shows with Saltina and Daphne, not those other ones with Mark and Fausto. No. They're not very good.
No, they do smart things sometimes.
Yeah,
it's so annoying.
It's a little academic for me. I like stupid shit. Now, you constantly get reminded by death every Halloween because Halloween's when, the spirits rise. And so you got to be careful when you dress up as a dead celebrity because you might make somebody cry.
Yeah, but dead celebrities, as we like to call them, do make some good costumes.
Just make sure that celebrity is dead first before you dress up at them and not somebody whose just career hasn't been going anywhere.
They will be mad. Now, David Bowie died this past year, and is it a good idea to go as him for Halloween? He was much loved. People adored him. And if you showed up as David Bowie, some people would take it as a tribute, and some people would just end up crying.
Or you could just dress up as the way you want to, sort of like Detox did for that Vanity Fair video, and then just say you're David Bowie.
Oh, good idea.
In fact, because a lot of people don't remember what David Bowie looked like. So if you just dress up as anything you want to and just say, I'm David Bowie.
And people have to believe you because you're like, how do you know he did not wear this on June 17th, 1978? You don't know that.
You could go as Prince in a purple. Get yourself a purple tuxedo, and then just collapse on the floor. Or you could dress up as Freddie Mercury.
You can even do him in drag. But the problem with Freddie, you have to have the right teeth because he had some interesting teeth. There were full front out there, and I did look on the internet, and I looked for like where to buy Freddie Mercury teeth, and I found a weird sale on eBay, but I don't know if it was really his real teeth or not. But you can get like some hillbilly teeth, and I was just like, I don't know if those are his or not.
Well, I have very good teeth. Maybe I could. Well, I wouldn't be able to go as Freddie Mercury. I have to fix that.
Now, Beth Howland, she was on Mel's Diner. She played Vera from Alice.
The Dingy.
She actually died last year, but I guess her husband didn't want anybody to know about it until May of this year.
That's amazing.
Isn't that amazing? So you can go as her and just get yourself a little pink waitress outfit and be like, I'm Vera. She's dead.
Or oh shit! I'm like, is this real? Did this actually happen?
What, did she die?
No,
yes, she's died.
That her death was kept from the public.
She died on December 31st, 2015, but her death was not announced until May 24th, 2016, in accordance with her wishes.
What about Anton Yelchin, from Star Trek, Terminator Salvation, and Charlie Bartlett?
He died in June of this year. He died from he was crushed by his own car from asphyxiation. So you could go as a Star Trek person. You just have to wear that red shirt, because anybody who wears the red shirt, they get it in the end.
He did wear a red shirt in the movie, didn't he?
And this last one he did, yes.
That's what happens when you ignore tradition.
Now, lesbian icon this year died was Miss Cleo. Did you know that? The
I didn't see it coming.
Astrologer. I don't know if she saw it coming either.
But she did see it because she had cancer for quite some time.
She did have. So maybe she got a prognosis.
Gene Wilder, a comedy legend who starred in classic movies like Young Frankenstein and Willy Wonka. He passed away this year. You
can go as him, and then you could take a very attractive guy and dress him up as Frankenstein and give him a big dick, and he could be called Hung Frankenstein.
And then you can tap dance, putting on the Ritz together.
Putting on the Ritz.
Now, you can, if you're a drag queen who likes to get drunk, or a transgender performer, you can go as Lady Chablis and pay tribute to your favorite kind of white wine.
So I loved her in that movie, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil.
And Alexis Arquette, you can go as Caligula from Lucy Lawless TV show Xena, the Warrior Princess. Or you could go as the wedding singer character that Alexis played. So that is our tribute to the dead. Moving on to
TV. So I just discovered this on Netflix. I think this is going to be one of the hot costumes this year. It's one of the hairy people from Cleverman. Now, if you haven't seen Cleverman on Netflix, I suggest you check it out because it's really weird and rather disturbing. So it is a Australian, New Zealand production, and it has a lot of Aborigine actors in it. And the plot is that within the Aborigine community, and I've only watched the first 2 episodes, so maybe I'm getting it wrong, is that there's a species of humans, or they call them subhumans, but I don't think they're really subhumans, called the hairy people. And they're just like you and I, except they're really strong, and they have funny fingernails, and they're super hairy. And so they have hair on their back, hair on their arms, and they've been hiding among us all these years, but because they shave, you didn't really notice them. But now they're letting their freak flag fly and letting their hair grow. And so the costume for this is like, if you're a hairy person, just don't shave. Or you get one of those lace front wigs, and instead of having it in the back, like at the top of your head, you just pull it down a little bit more, and so you have like a small little forehead like that Teresa Giannousi from the Real Housewives of New Jersey.
Daphne, what's the difference between Bigfoot and Sasquatch?
One's your ma, and the other one's your pa.
Oh, you're so nice to me. Now, I'm a big fan of Stranger Things, and Mark and Fausto sell Stranger Than Things mugs and t-shirts at their store, feastofun.com/store, which you should buy one and just go as the TV show for Halloween.
Now, what's so wonderful about this TV show is it has 3 strong female icons that you can go for as Halloween. You can get your friends together, do that.
You can go as Winona Ryder. You just wrap yourself up in Christmas lights with a cardboard back with the alphabet.
And
look crazy.
Look crazy and be like, ah, and scream and yell.
Or if you have an old shirt, like a Holly Hobby top or something with big glasses, and you have awkward hair, you can just go as Barb and make sure you carry a Trapper Keeper in front of you.
But I think really the hot one this Halloween will be 11. Now, 11's the little girl who has that tomboy haircut. So it's a perfect, if you have a little pink dress, you can put that on. Now, the question is, do you wear the wig, the wig, or do you go with like your short hair? So that's the thing. So it's a wonderful costume for either a boy or for a girl.
Well, those who dressed up as Furiosa from the Mad Max movie last year could recycle their shaved haircut and wear the wig, and when you get to the party, yank it off, and then try to move things with your telekinetic powers. One of my favorite all-time classic Halloween costumes that does not get tired is Elvira, the Mistress of the Dark.
Whose talents are big.
Because she's a gal in a wig. Whose talents are big. Now, her eye makeup is the important thing to keep in mind. Because you can go with Christian Greenia's classic look, or if you want to modernize it, you can go as Kim Chi and get like a bigger, bolder eye style.
I tried to convince Kim Chi to go as Elvira for Snatch Game. Well, I said, if you were to ever get on RuPaul's Drag Race, who would you go as? And I don't know if she told me Kim Jong-il or she told me somebody else. I think she said Trixie tried to tell her to go as Kim Jong-il. And I said, go as Elvira because RuPaul's her friend.
That's
she
right.
Might like that.
And then she gave you a curse sign with a neck.
I hate that idea.
What do you think about dressing up as Kim Kardashian with a gun pointed at you?
Well, that costume got pulled. They were actually selling that costume. So you're not going to be able to buy it, but you could do it yourself. I think it's probably in poor taste. Now, a lot of people don't like Kim Kardashian, but nobody feels that they should have to go through something like that, if in fact it did happen. There's no video records of it, which is kind of interesting. So we'll see.
If you're an African-American person and you have some money to rent a nice costume, I urge you to get yourself a colonial-era jacket and dress up as a character from Hamilton. And you just basically be any presidential figure because people be like, all right, I'm buying that. And you can wrap something. Or if you're a white guy, you can dress up as King George.
There you go. And you just have to figure out how to wrap something. Wrap something real funny. So
like firecracker, boom, boom, boom. The boys got the muscles, the girls got the legs, the teachers got the brains, and we won the game. I fucked it up.
Oh, Saltina. You weren't a very good cheerleader, were you?
Well, I was good at sucking dicks, and that's how I got my...
Now, the Chewbacca
cheerleading position.
The Chewbacca mom really took off on the internet this year. She was a viral sensation. Now, if I looked on eBay...
This is a woman who looked like a Chewbacca?
No, she bought that Chewbacca face mask at Kohl's,
and she started laughing.
And she started laughing. And when you talk with that Chewbacca mask on, it makes the Wookiee sound. It goes, how do you make that sound?
It's the same sound I make when I orgasm.
Ooh. I wondered what that was. And so anyway, so if you that mask, I looked on eBay and it was like selling for $90. And I was just like, that's crazy.
That's pricey.
So you could just get like a cardboard cutout and just be like, I'm Chewbacca mom. So you kind of dress as like a frumpy middle-aged woman, put that mask on, and then make that noise. Or what I thought would be really funny if you had like a preset tape and it was like Chewbacca, but then it said all sorts of like dirty things, like your mother sucks cocks in hell.
Oh, that'd be like a poltergeist or a demon haunted. What is that?
You're
one?
Possessed.
Yeah, the Exorcist Chewbacca. Because in the planet of Chewbacca, there also are demons that possess the spirits, and they need an exorcist. That was the sequel to the Star Wars Holiday Special.
The Star Wars Exorcism Special.
It was a Star Wars Halloween special.
Now, Beyonce is the queen bee, and everybody loves her. And this year, the iconic look for her is carry a baseball bat. Because she did that in her video, Lemonade. Now, you could also bring along your friend, Becky, with the good hair, and just have her like bruised and beaten up as though you had just beaten the crap out of her.
Now, a lot of you all can dress up as sexy police officers or schoolgirls or sex workers. You know, it's like... Because Halloween is an opportunity for you to show off your sexual side, your people person. And I think the best costumes are ones that allow you to come into physical contact with somebody.
Yeah, grab her right in the pussy.
Dress up as Donald Trump. If you're a lesbian, if you're a short, stocky woman dressing up as Donald Trump and bringing your girlfriend as Melania would be really fun. But at the same time, people might hate you, so that might not work out. Now, one costume that I always felt is very good for sluts is one of those morph suits, because you have to go to the bathroom and pee. You can go somebody at the party and they can help you unzip it.
Yeah.
So that way you can take your clothes off in front of the party and be like, well, I had to because I got to pee. Now, you can dress up as a Twister game, just like Alaska's garbage bag dress, a Twister game mat. You can turn it into a dress, and then people have to put their hands and feet all over you.
But I would also suggest, too, is you know that little thing that you spin? Change it so instead of it's left foot, right foot, put it like penis, boob, nipple, cock, butthole.
Now, those of you guys who like to get your piñata punch, dress up as a donkey piñata. And then say, I'm filled with candy. Ooh, you just bust me open and I spray it all out. Do you think dressing up in a penis or a vagina costume is a little bit obvious?
I'd say it's a little bit obvious. You want to be a little more discreet with that. Maybe you want to go as an aubergine. That's how they say eggplant in other places.
Oh, that's so fancy.
Which is a penis emoji. Or you could just go as a peach, which is the butt emoji. Or you could be like, if you're versatile, you could go as a eggplant and a penis. Or wear the penis in the front or the peach in the back, or slip it around, depending on what you like.
Now, people who like to get humiliated or got peed and pooped on, you can go as a toilet. Or if you don't got a toilet costume, you can get a poop emoji and just wear it as a mask. And it does come available in children's sizes for the young kinky kids.
For your little scat kitties.
Because, you know, and if you're a person who likes to, doesn't respect boundaries, you can either go as Donald Trump or a TSA agent and just force people to touch them all over.
Now, how about you go as a sexy Kenneth Bone?
You basically wear the sweater and you just like cut it out so your nipples show.
Ooh. Or you have a sexy, you're Kenneth Boner.
Ooh,
have something
so
in there.
horny.
And how do you do now? Because it's it's the election season.
Yeah.
Right. And so how would you do like a Hillary Clinton?
I don't know. I just wear a women's pantsuit and it's about the hair. I would say the hair is very important.
Now the Trump costume, you do have to spray paint your face orange, or if you don't want to worry about what your face looks like, just stick your head up your ass, just like Donald Trump does.
Now, in terms of costumes to avoid, we do live in a country that's quite divided politically, although it's becoming much less divided now that Trump's running for office. I don't think as many people are behind Trump. Republicans aren't as behind Trump as they used to be.
No, they're falling like flies.
But racist costumes are never a good idea. So, especially when you go to, if you're a celebrity and you're a cast member of Orange is the New Black, it's probably not a good idea.
Yeah, you don't want to dress in blackface. That's not the thing to do.
And also, I think horny clowns is a bad idea. Horny grandmas with
What's wrong with a horny
titties.
clown? Half the drag queens I know are horny clowns.
They're scaring everybody right now. That's a trend that's taking over the world. The clown unions, especially a lot of those clown unions, are Christians. They're wholesome apple pie kind of people. They are mortified that people who are out for no good, they're dressing up as clowns and causing a ruckus.
I don't know. I think we came from a tougher generation. When I was a kid, we used to watch clowns while we ate breakfast. And now these people can't even go around and they see a clown and they're freaking out calling the cops.
Remember, folks, though, that Halloween is all about having fun. And if you wear a black morph suit, make sure that you put reflective tape all over your body, because where you don't want to wind up at the end of Halloween night is in the emergency room because a car hit you. So make sure you wear something that's visible out there and have fun and mix it up and try something new. And all this information we presented to you is for your entertainment pleasure. It is not meant to be a guide of any kind. We could be wrong on all accounts.
Take everything we say with a grain of salt or a bucket of salt.
Coming up is our Halloween community calendar. Lots of fun events for the LGBTQIA community coming here on Feast of Fun. All right, everybody, pay attention. It's time for our Community Bulletin Halloween edition.
To be included in our Community Bulletin, please email mail@feastoffun and put Community Bulletin in the subject line. Be warned, we will not accept things of a mature nature. Your P&P cum dump, ass in the air hotel party, as intriguing as that sounds, is not suitable for this format. You have to buy an ad for that. Pimps don't work for free.
And Hilda, don't send me any more notices about your pageant. No one cares about it. For the last time, you can't name yourself the winner every year or change the contest name every year because you already crowned yourself the winner last year. Miss Metropolis at large? Indeed. If you were any larger, you would be Lady Bunny. Now, I want to remind people that this community bulletin is all about serving the needs of the community. We did not write any of these. These were submitted to us by the people of the community.
First up, the Sisters of the Perpetual Indulgence of the Abbey of the Great Latrine would like you to know that they are doing a fundraiser for their rival chapter, the Abbey of the Glory Hole of Infinite Testicles, because the Big Balls chapter can't get their act together, and while they promised to do a certain something that is very well known to them and to many in the community, they did not in fact do it, thus besmearing the name of the whole organization. The fundraiser will be held on October 27th at 8 p.m. at the Taco Bell on Martin Luther King Drive.
You know, Daphne, I noticed that there's a lot of passive aggressiveness in that bulletin.
Well, they're nuns. What did you expect?
Now, for fans of that TV show with all the drag queens on it, would you guys like to be hosting your home, opening up your home for a queen in need, the world's most hated drag queen, this weekend in Chicago? Fifi O'Hara is looking for a place to stay.
Oh, Saltina, she's not. The world doesn't hate her. Only those who worked with her, rode in a car with her, sat next to her on a bus. Only people that have watched her on TV hate her. The rest of the world doesn't know her. Ignorance is bliss. Now,
Halloween Pride featuring Shangela has been canceled. The producers of Drag Race put poor Shangela in a box again and forgot to open it. Shangela has been replaced with Ariana Grande after the incident, and so then everybody wanted their money back. The organizers are now bankrupt and have fled to Brazil, or at least that's what it says on Facebook.
Please get your pumpkins and gourds checked. There will be STI testing this Tuesday just outside of Peaches Christ's haunted house, which is very scary and not for small children. It's mostly filled with pictures of Peaches, or people painted to look like Peaches, and mirrors. Lots of mirrors reflecting Peaches' image. It's truly terrifying. Anyway, there's a little tent set up in the alley as you exit, just behind the dumpster. Please be careful, as the glory hole is located near the exit of the haunted house. Reports of a knife-wielding clown on the other side have not been substantiated, but it could be Peaches Christ. So be careful of Peaches Christ. Peaches Christ.
You said her name about 11 or 12 times in that.
It's truly terrifying.
I'm very scared right now. The Unitarian Church welcomes new congregants for its Halloween celebration, and costumes are encouraged, but try not to be too sexy. It is a church after all. Also, you do have to sit through a whole service before the party, so be forewarned. It is drug and disease free. You be the same. That's the Unitarian Church, where Jesus is a metaphor for anal sex.
Okay, here comes the boring part. For the lesbians, on October 28th, a potluck celebrating Samhain. That's Halloween for you non-pagans. Please do not bring hummus. They always have too much. And if you think bringing a bag of sunflower seeds that you picked up at the 7-Eleven is contributing, please do not come. Also, be aware of nut, wheat, soy, sugar, vegan free-range, testosterone-enhancing foods issues. Arm wrestling starts promptly at 8 p.m., followed by, "Why are you talking to my woman?" mixed martial arts fights that will erupt spontaneously throughout the evening. Do not be alarmed. Cigarettes are acceptable contributions to the gatherings. Expect to share and run out.
There is a holiday book swap at the Armory on Broadway. They asked that the lesbians please don't bring your copy of The Well of Loneliness. Lesbian pulp fiction is also acceptable as long as the pages aren't too sticky.
The Women's Mountain Moving Coffee Night has moved, and nobody knows where it's moved to. If you know of its location, please let us know. We can get the word out.
The group Asian and Friends, or as we like to call it, Asians and Those Who Like to Fuck Asians, are having their annual Halloween pageant featuring an exotic fan dance by Vivacious. This is the one exception to the don't wear angel wings rule, because everyone's going to be in them anyway.
There will be a Rainbow Pride pumpkin carving contest on Friday, October 28th in the back parking lot of Dora's Bric-a-Brac, located just beyond the city dump. Bring your own gently used pumpkin, or a pumpkin will be provided for you. Please do not carve anything graphic such as genitalia or otherwise. Dora's kids are still not over last year's nightmare. I didn't even know a pumpkin dick could be that big.
This weekend in Humboldt Park neighborhood will be the estate sale of Estelle Beauty, the recently deceased drag icon. Proceeds will go to the cremation costs, which are extremely high because silicone does not burn easily, and they need a special permit due to it being a hazardous waste. And to pay off her roommate, Ruby Delamore, who says she didn't pay rent to her for 6 months. Or so Ruby says.
Ruby's roommates sure have a habit of dying. What is this, the third one? Now, the next beer barbecue on October 30th will serve actual bear, thanks to the hunting skills of Tiny Tom. Woof, that's good, Grizzly.
And that's all we have for you guys in our community calendar. If you have a notice you'd like to see in the bulletin, please email us at mail@feastoffun.com and put community bulletin in the subject line. Again, no items of an adult nature. No one wants to hear about your nude haircuts at 10% off. You know, Daphne, one of my favorite things about Halloween is the candy.
The trick or treating. Although in your case, you're mostly just tricking.
And you know, the nice thing about Halloween is that everybody sort of like has a good spirit. You know, Christmas, you don't like during Christmas time or
Happy holidays.
People don't go out of their way to give you a present that don't know you.
Right.
Halloween is a great holiday because it's when strangers give gifts to other strangers. And candy is the currency. You call it a
tribute, isn't it? What you call it when they leave the little something there on the nightstand for you, a tribute?
And so we thought we would wrap up this special Daphne and Saltina podcast by giving you guys some advice on how to get the most candy on Halloween, especially when you're a grown-up adult and no one has any sympathy or pity on you.
Well, the best thing to do if you're a grown-up adult is when you approach the house, just kind of squat a little bit and act like you're a tiny person. Because that way you can get away with anything. And if you're wearing a costume, they don't know how old you are. They don't know. You could be 13.
They think I
have a hormonal problem.
Yeah, I got a thyroid gland that doesn't work.
I just grew big.
Yeah, I'm a big girl.
But number one, if you really want to get a good haul, go to a rich neighborhood.
That's right.
We are not in a rich neighborhood, but we live very near to a rich neighborhood. And kids get bussed in all over from the city, and they go around here. The people in this neighborhood spend hundreds of dollars, $600, some of them, on candy. Now, we bought candy one year, and we bought $20 worth. It was gone in 15 minutes. And I was like, hell to the no.
Halloween is the one time of the year where people from poor neighborhoods can go to rich neighborhoods and not get shot by the police.
Yet.
But so it's a nice moment when everybody has a lot of goodwill in their heart, and they're embracing the freaky side. So definitely, travel around the city.
Now, if you find a house that's giving out good candy and you want to go back, because sometimes these people have eagle eyes and like, you've been here before. What you do is you have several masks. And so you walk away, change your mask, walk back up, get your candy, go back in, and then you just do it all over again.
Or you can just go as Daphne and scare them so much that their brains will forget you, and each time you come there, you're so scared that they're going to see a new side of horror every time.
Now, there's another trick you can do too. Is like if you're in a group of people, what you can do is split up and take notice of which houses have the good candy. Because some candy, especially if they have a long driveway, and you go up there and they're giving out a Tootsie Roll, that's not worth the walk. You want houses with candy bars. You take notice of who's got what, and you share that information with your friends.
Now, in the past, when people gave money as a treat, we didn't like that. But today, we do like that.
Money's always good.
Money's a good thing. So, American Express, credit card checks. Now, for the entrepreneurial Feast of Fun T-shirts, for the entrepreneurial kids, you can bring one of those PayPal or Square swiping cards for your iPhone and be like, we accept all kinds of currency here, even jugs of Tide.
Now, if you're going through a huge haul of candy and you're going around to a lot of stuff, that candy can get really heavy. And so what you want to do is you want to throw away all the crappy candy. If you get like Mary Jane's and you're not a fan of Mary Jane's, just throw it on the sidewalk, give it to your friend, drop it in somebody else's bag.
What is the worst candies to receive in your bag?
For me, now a lot of people hate that candy corn, but I actually like candy corn. I'm one of those freaks.
You're one of those the more artificial flavors and colors.
I also like Mary Jane's too, and some people don't like those.
You're the girl that takes the black licorice.
Oh, I love black licorice.
The bigger and blacker, the
and
more you
excited
excited
it tastes like
you
licorice, just because it's black.
My favorite I do like the Mexican candy, and a lot of kids don't like that because it's too exotic for them. But the stuff with sesame seeds or chili paste always gets me happy.
Now,
so one kid's garbage candy is another one kid's treasure candy. So be aware of that because you are trick-or-treating in a mixed neighborhood, that you can barter with other kids to get the candy you want. But just remember, all kids like chocolate candy, so no one's going to trade you something that you don't want for chocolate candy.
Now, what you can also do, too, is you can take 2 bags and be like, hi, this is for me, and this is for my little brother or sister. They're too sick to come.
And you just go online and just print any random photo of any child. It doesn't even have to look like you. And just put it in a picture frame and be like, oh, my poor little sister, Lupita, she's so sick. Could you please put some candy, but only chocolate, please?
Now, if they do have a jar of candy or bowl of candy out and it just says, just take one, you could risk it and take more than one, but be careful. You might turn into a viral sensation because people often have video cameras these days and they videotape that shit. And then the next thing you know, everybody online's calling you a greedy whore for stealing all the candy.
Ultimately, if you are a lazy person who doesn't even want to bother putting on a costume and leaving your house to get free candy from strangers, no, you can buy it crazy cheap the day after Halloween. Stores stock up on as much candy as they can because they're busy selling it. In fact, it's the reason why our daylight savings occurs just right after Halloween weekend, is because it gives people an extra hour of daylight in order to give out candy. And then once Halloween happens, then daylight savings happens. That's how you can remember to fall back on your clock. After Halloween, so they can get that. So if you go to the grocery stores or the pharmacies or the big discount stores, they're going to be selling the pumpkin-shaped Reese's cups on sale. All that Halloween-themed candy is going to be crazy cheap.
And what you can do with it, too, is you can just chop all that stuff up, and then you can put it in your Christmas cookies, and no one will know.
Well, Daphne, it's been a pleasure doing these podcasts and videos with you for the last 13 years.
I'm going to miss you, girl.
I'm officially retiring Saltina Obama Bouvier the next time around. Saltina named herself after President Obama because she wanted to raise her SEO ranking.
That's search engine optimization.
So when anybody was searching for President Obama in drag, they would find me, and that's how I became a viral sensation, and not because of my STIs.
And did anybody actually search President Obama in drag?
Some people did, but those people became my clients.
Okay. And the other ones were just disappointed. So the next time we talk to you, you're going to either be Saltina Clinton Bouvier or Saltina Trump Bouvier, whichever one, whoever wins. You know, and what's interesting...
I'm getting a little philosophical here in my golden years as a drag queen. I'm going to be pursuing other careers, other paths. I might be back in the future, but Saltina is officially retiring, and she will be taking the name of whoever wins the presidential election and moving on to sunnier pastures.
Now, it'll be a great reveal when we find out who it is. I don't want to hear anything about spoilers from anyone. We're all going to find out together whether you're going to be Saltina Clinton Bouvier or Saltina Trump Bouvier.
Well, that's why whenever any type of major event like this happens on television, like a presidential election, I like to stay off of social media because I don't want any spoilers happening.
Yeah.
I don't want to know who actually won the election until I actually get to see it on TV.
Word.
So we want to thank you so much for listening to this special podcast, everyone. Remember, Feast of Fun is made possible because of your financial support. Without you guys, this podcast would not happen. Go to feastoffun.com/donate and put $1 in our tip jar, or go to feastoffun.com/store and get yourself some fabulous mugs.
Now, the best way to support the podcast is to become a premium member, and you can do that at feastoffun.com/plus, because your contribution to the show is what makes this show happen. The boys at Feast of Fun couldn't do it without you.
Now, if you want to serve up some piping hot tea, you got to get the proper mug. Check out their LGBT milk and coffee mugs, available only at the store, feastoffun.com/store.
I want to get one of those. Not shaving gives me more time for misbehaving mugs.
Yeah, I can tell that you're already not shaving.
I'm just not shaved from the waist down.
You might try not shaving from the waist up.
I'm going to go as a hairy people for Halloween.
And so basically you don't really change anything.
I just pull the lace front down a little closer to the head. That's all.
Well, Daphne, it's been a pleasure. I love you, sister. Like a sister, not like a brother.
My sister who's another mister. That's right. Saltina Obama Bouvier. Oh, it
Daphne
just rolls
Dumount.
off the tongue.
Yeah, S.O.B., baby.
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Happy Halloween.